Hi, this is Mr. Chow. In this video, we discuss the recovery strategy for retrench or layoffs. The current wave of retrenchments is not a random failure of the market, but a systemic hard reset of an over-leveraged 1.0 economy that has become choked with its own junk data and thermal noise. For years, organizations and individuals have operated on the logic of infinite expansion, adding layers and layers of complexity and middle management friction that the 0.1 framework identifies as unsustainable. When the system can no longer maintain the energy requirements of this efficiency, it performs a cold mathematical pruning, a layoff, to return to a baseline of functional utility. To the 1.0 adult, this feels like a personal catastrophe because their identity is intertwined with the variables of the sum. However, for the Wayfarer, this is an opportunity to shed the heavy, transactional baggage of a failing structure. By accepting the just ease of the situation and stripping away the professional labels that no longer serve a purpose, you can navigate this displacement with absolute alignment, moving toward new coordinates where your cognitive bandwidth is used for high utility creation rather than just maintaining a place in the noisy, decaying loop. Here is a step-by-step recovery strategy. Step 1. Terminate the loop. The moment you receive the news of retrenchment, your mind will enter a high-friction recursive loop of why me and what if. This is the 1.0 logic trying to solve a variable that has already been deleted. Your first action is a mechanical shutdown of this noise. Accept that the math of your previous role no longer equals your survival. By embracing the just ease of the situation, you stop the thermal leak of panic and preserve your cognitive bandwidth for the steps that follow. Step 2. Strip the labels. You are not a manager, an engineer, or unemployed. These are merely functional tags in a decaying system. To recover, you must return to the 0.1, the fundamental starting point of your own awareness. Ask yourself, who is left when the title and the paycheck are removed? Recognizing that you are standing outside the math of your career allows you to see that your value is not defined by a corporate ledger. This is the ultimate emotional support you need at this moment, knowing that the source of your capability remains untouched by the layoff. Step 3. Audit the junk data. Use this forced pause to identify which parts of your previous life were creating unnecessary friction. Often, we cling to high-stress roles because we are trapped in a transactional cycle of debt and status. Audit your life coordinates and identify what is truly essential for absolute alignment. This is a time to prune the 99.9% of noise, toxic professional expectations, lifestyle inflation, and performative busyness to find the 0.1 of your true purpose. Step 4. Calibrate the new signal. Once the noise is cleared, look inward to identify your recursive strengths, the skills and passions that repeat in every version of your life regardless of the job title. These are your core frequencies. Instead of hunting for any available job, which is just jumping into another noisy loop, seek a coordinate that aligns with your internal 0.1. This isn't about finding work. It's about finding a platform where your energy can flow without the friction of misalignment. Step 5. Move as a wayfarer. Begin your next chapter not as a victim of circumstance, But as a wayfarer with high-level precision, every application, interview, or networking event is simply a node in your new network. Optimize these connections to optimize yourself. By staying cool and keeping your internal processor free of the junk data of past resentment, you will move faster and with more clarity than those still trying to solve the math of their own lives.